Good evening. I wasn't sure whether we'd have anybody today, given it's only just happened. But welcome, guys. It's good to see you. We'll just give people a couple of minutes to get in, and then we'll get started. Hi, Nicholas and Alex. I haven't met you before. I'm Master B. You've got some space. Hopefully, you've all got your syllabus books with you and your training notebooks. You should have those with you nice and handy. Because the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is write down in your syllabus book, in your training notebook, I'm going to ask you to write down what your goal is. What's your Taekwondo goal? Is it the next grading at the end of term? And then what you need to figure out is what you need to know and what you need to practice to get ready for that grading at the end of term. It's also important to go through your syllabus book. That's it. Awesome. You got those. Good stuff, Alex. So in that book, that big white book that you're holding up there, in the first couple of stripes, it's got a list of the things that you're going to need to know. So we'll go through some of those today. Jax, can you just show me your belt, please? I thought you got your yellow. Oh, wow, you got second yellow stripe. You legend. That's awesome. And Manu, you're onto red. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. Now you got your white stripe. That's good stuff. Okay, cool. So it's worthwhile, guys, in your training notebook, the red one, go onto the first page and write down what your goal is. Okay, so the white one just tells you what you need to know. And in the red one, you can write down what your goal is in the first page. You can also use that book, guys, to draw pictures of the things you learn or write some notes of the things you learn. So like lengths of stances and widths of stances, all of those sorts of things. It's really good to draw little pictures to help you remember how your dimensions of your feet and stuff should be. Okay. So we won't spend a lot of time on that. We'll get started pretty soon. You've also gotten those big white books. I know Nicholas and Alex, you've got the new version. I think, Manu, you've probably got the older version. The new version's now got some space for the instructor to write in some notes of the things that you need to be working on, as well as having the page that you've all got about the stuff that you need to work on next. So you've got your home tasks and things in there as well. Okay, let's get started, guys. Oh, I've got to turn off my virtual background or I'll keep disappearing. There we go. Okay. Sit up. Kyogin, take one. And raise your right hand and recite the tenets after me. Courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And now the student oath. Shijak, I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Bottle. Okay, rotate your wrists. There's a lot we can't do when we're training at home because we've got pads and stuff like that, and not everyone's got partners. Change direction, but there's a lot we can do as well. So we'll work on the stuff that we can do. And elbows. And change direction. And arms back, big circles. and arms forwards. And put your hands in front of you and then turn aside one way and then the other. That's it. Put your hands on your hips, and with your left foot on the ground, I'm just going to change the angle of my camera so you can see it a little bit better. I'm just going to bring my foot up onto the ball of my foot and then circle my ankle. Just your foot, Leon, not your whole body. Put your foot in circles like me. That's it. And now change direction, go the other way. And now change foot. Do the other foot. And change direction. Okay, now put your hands on your knees and then squat all the way down the ground. And then stand back up again. And squat down. And stand up. And down. And up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. Good. Okay, now put your hands up, protect your brain. And while you're here, circle your leg up and around. Keep your leg bent for this. Just circle one leg, then the other leg in big circles outwards, from the middle of your body to out to the sides. Nice, Jax. Now this time we're going to go inwards. So we start at the outside and come into the middle. Okay, now put your hands on your hips. And just do little circles with the hips. Change direction. Now, Nicholas and Alex haven't had many sessions yet, so we're going to start off with some real basic stuff, and then we'll move on to some more advanced stuff. We'll have some fun and stuff along the way as well. Okay, so first up, parallel stance from here. My feet are shoulder width apart, and they both point straight ahead. So stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your feet straight ahead. And you're going to bring your left hand up. I can never remember now whether it looks mirrored or not. And your right hand is on your hip, palm up. Okay, so right hand on the hip, left hand up. Now from here, when you punch, you're just changing hands, and you'll feel that both of your hands will twist. And you see I'm punching to the center line of my body, right in front of my middle. So try not to turn your shoulders like this. Keep your shoulders nice and straight and change hands. So Alex, keep your shoulders straight. Don't swing your shoulders like this. Just let your body do the work and have your arms do the moving. That's it. Okay, now, next thing we're going to add is our breath. Every time we punch, we breathe out short and sharp. That short, sharp breath, tightening your tummy muscles, it gives your body only a little bit of time to do the punch. So your punch has to be super fast. And super fast punches are more powerful. Go. Good, Jax. Good. This is called parallel stance punch. And relax. Now, one other thing we add to this that Jax is already doing, in Taekwondo, one of the ways we develop power is we call sine waves. So it's just rising up and down with your body. And that helps you to relax and then drop your power into the movement that you're doing. Now with parallel stance, my legs are straight. So the only way I can really get my sine wave is by coming up onto my toes a little bit. So I come up a little bit onto the balls of my feet. And then as I drop down, that's when I punch. Come up, punch. Come up, punch and drop. come up, punch and drop, go. So relax as you come up onto your toes a bit, and then punch and drop. Relax as you come up, punch and drop. Make sure you're punching right to the middle, because your target's in the middle. So punch to the middle. Leon, put the other hand on your hip a bit, mate. One hand on your hip. Okay, cool. So that's a middle punch. Now, if we punch at our eye level, that's a high punch. Go. Good. If we punch at our tummy button, that's a low punch. Notice when we do this, we keep our eyes looking straight ahead. We don't look down like this. Keep looking forward. And you can still use your peripheral vision to see your hand. Good. Nice. Okay. So it's parallel stance punch. Now, one thing that I'm actually doing when I do this punch, Jax, this is for you as well. All of my movements, I can think of in a 3 count. Every movement has 3 parts. The first part of a movement, I relax. So rather than being tense and nice and straight like this, I'm going to relax my arms. The second part of the movement, I pull backwards. And then the third part is when I drop and go forwards. So the first part, I relax. The second part is when I come up onto my toes and pull back. And the third part, I drop down and punch. So I want you to take your time and see whether you can figure out the 3 count. 1, relax. 2, pull back and rise up. 3, drop and punch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because one of the ways we develop power in Taekwondo is by relaxing and only tensing your muscles up at the end of the movement. Because if you tense up during the movement, in fact, we're going to try this. Everyone try this. Everyone into your stance, parallel stance punch. Jax, you too. Now make your muscles really strong and tight. Really strong and tight. All tense. And now punch. Can you feel it's not very strong? Because your muscles are too tense. So they move too slowly. It's kind of like pushing. It's not really hitting. Instead of being tense, like this, we relax. We go fast. And you only tense up right at the end. Yes, Nicholas, that's it. So you only tense up at the moment, right at the end when you hit. That's the moment you tense. And then straight away you relax again. And relax. 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 Cool, good guys. Okay. Now, we're going to do one more little basic exercise, and then we're going to get advanced. So, walking stance. Now, the walking stance is one of our most basic stances. It's a big step forward. Okay, a big step. Now, notice when I take my big step, I've got my train tracks for my feet again. Both of my feet point straight ahead. The back foot can turn a tiny bit out, but it doesn't point sideways like this. This is bad. I can't get power like this. My hips are facing the wrong way. My hips are nice and straight here. Okay. If I show you sideways, you'll see it's quite a long stance. My back leg is straight and my front leg is bent a little bit. It's bent so that my knee is over my ankle. Okay. So what I want you to do now, Jax, you can do when you do this, I want you to do it with basic hand movements. So you can do your walking stance in a forearm block, walking stance, forearm low block, knife hand low block, practice those. Manu, Leon, Nicholas, and Alex, I want you to put your hands on your hips, stand one shoulder apart like this, and then take a big step forward. Hips and shoulders nice and straight. And now come back. Now do the other foot. And come back. Now the other foot. And back. Now if I think of my 3 count again, 1, I'm relaxing and bending my knees. 2, I rise up, but my heel stays on the ground now because I can use my knees instead. And then 3, I land. Okay, so I'll show you sideways. Bend and go down. Rise up and fall into the stance. That's my 3 count. 1, 2, 3. My head will do a little dip. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's my 3 count. Go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now we'll put the punch into it. So we do the same thing, but we're doing it with our punch. So first we've got to bring our hands up to relax. Ready to punch. Then I go down, up, down, and punch. Pull hands, change hands. That's it. So we use 2 hands for our movement. 1, 2, 3. And back. 1. My other hand comes up for a target. 2, 3. That's it. Always bring the other hand up first for a target. 1, 2, 3. So I pull my hand back with all my power. Pull the other hand back nice and strongly. Go. Go, Manu. Let's see it from you. How are you doing, Manu? Cool. Show me a couple more. I just want to watch for a little bit. See how you're going. Then we'll get on to the next bit. Come on, Nicholas and Alex. Show me your punches. Walking stance punch. Good. Both feet forward, Manu. Keep your train tracks. A little bit longer, Jax. Make your stance a little longer. That's good, guys. Cool. Come on. Now we're going to do something a little bit harder. And I'm going to jump up to something that's what Jax needs to know. From here, from my stance, I'm going to turn all the way around behind me. And then do it the other way. Okay, so from here. Try that. So then you're turning all the way around to the back. Now I'm turning the direction of my straight arm. So Jax, watch. Watch, Jax. Stop doing it and start watching. From here, here's my stance. My straight arm, I'm going to turn that direction. Straight arm. I turn towards my straight arm. So I'm going in a circle. Make sure when you do it, you step into a big stance. Nice, good, strong walking stance. One shoulder width wide. Try that. Let's go. Full turning around. 1, and punch, and punch, and punch, and punch. Wrong way, Jax. Or should turn towards your back, just like Chon-Ji. Turn towards your back. Towards, so if I'm punching this way, I'm turning towards this arm. When you do it, you can turn into your low block. Other way, other way. Turn towards your back. Turn that way, towards your arm. Other way, other way. Yes, that way. Okay, so from here, my arm's in the front, I'm turning towards that arm. Okay, just like your movement in Chon-Ji. Now turn the other way, go backwards. That's it. Yes, backwards. That's it. Backwards. Yes, got it. Good stuff. And come on, grab a drink of water. Okay. Now, for the next part of the class, you will need a chair. So, if you've got a chair in your house, can you bring a chair to your training area? One chair. Cool, Jax, you got a chair? Awesome. Nice, Manu, fantastic. You and Leon can share a chair. Nicholas, oh, Mum's bringing you a chair, guys. Did you say thank you? Thank you, Mum. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put one hand on the chair and just use it for balance. The other hand is up by our brain, to guard our brain. And then from here, the leg that's closest to the chair, I'm just going to keep it straight and lift it up nice and high. Let's do 10 of those, each leg. 10 each leg. So then I'm going to turn around and do it the other way. Other hand to my brain. That's it. Good. So Nicholas and Alex, this is actually called a front rising kick. As well as being a stretch, it can sometimes be used as a block. So when we do it normally, we'll do what's called a walking ready stance. Front rising kick, walking ready stance. But facing you, it looks like this. Okay, that's a front rising kick. We're just doing it as a stretch so we can use our chair. Now, the other thing we're going to do from here is we're going to do a side rising kick. Now, side rising kick, the foot that's not doing the kick, it points sideways. My other foot comes beside it and then rises up behind me. So if I do it facing with my back to you, you should get a good view this way. Notice I've got to lean my body over. Okay, so just do 10 of those each leg. Keep your body nice and straight. Try and keep your shoulders sideways. So I'm still facing you guys. I'm not turning my shoulders to the ground. This is called a side rising kick. Good, Manu. Do those each leg. Good, Jax. Jax, make sure that other foot. Now, Jax, this is one of your compulsory techniques. This is one that you need to learn. The foot that's on the ground, make sure it's pointing away from your kick. So don't have the foot that's on the ground pointing towards me. Have the foot that's on the ground pointing sideways, and then kick on the other side. So often we'll do this one from unsoggy, Jax. So you just make a guarding block when you kick. Hold your hands in a guarding block, supporting foot points away. Back in your sitting stance. Cool. Okay. One other little stretch that we'll do. This one's nice and easy. I have the chair in front of me, and this time I'm just going to swing my leg up behind me. Try and keep it straight. Come on, Leon. Keep your legs straight. Okay, that's some little stretches to warm up. Now we're going to do the hard stuff. The chair here is for my balance. My other hand's up by my brain. Now, Nicholas and Alex, all of you guys, this is the first basic kick that we learn. But we're going to do it slowly in order to get the motion right. This front snap kick. I lift my knee up, extend my leg forward, bring it back, and put it down on the floor. So if I go sideways and do the other leg for you, up, out, back, down. Okay. Now here's one thing I want you to particularly notice. Everyone watch for a moment. The angle of the foot is like this. So imagine I'm standing, it's like standing on tiptoes. My foot's not pulled back like this. My toes aren't sticking forward. I've got to put my foot forward and pull my toes back because I'm kicking with this part, the ball of my foot. That's the part I'm kicking with there. Okay, so I've got to push my foot forward and pull my toes back. So why don't you all now just sit on the ground, put your foot up in front of the camera like this, and show me your foot position. Cool, pretty good. Foot forward, toes back. Just like being on tiptoes. Awesome, guys. Show me the other foot. That's it, Jax. Foot forward, toes back. Good. Put your toes out of the way, Manu. That's a girl. Okay, on your feet. Okay, now that we've got what we're doing, one hand up, one hand on your chair, in the same pace as me, up, out, back, down. That's 1. 2, out, back, down. 3, out, back, down. 4, out, back, down. 5, out, back, down. 6, out, back, down. 7, out, back, down. 8, out, back, down. 9, out, back, down. Watch that foot angle. 10, out, back, down. Good. Now see the other leg. Ready? Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. Watch that foot angle. Foot forward, toes back. 3, out, back, down. Push that foot forward, Jax. 4, out, back, down. Look at your foot. Make sure it's not sticking up. 5, out, back, down. That foot sticking up, Jax, on the side. 6, out, back, down. That's better, Jax. 7, out, back, down. 8, out, back, down. 9, out, back, down. 10, out, back, down. Good, relax. It's really important to get that foot position right, because what we're trying to do with this kick is kick that ball of foot into the target and smash the target that way. It goes forward. It's not going upward, not like this. It's going forward. I go forward with this kick. Okay? It's front snap kick. Okay. So, Manu, Nicholas, Alex, Leo, these are kicks that you have to get right. The next one, Jax, this is one for you. This is dolochagi, turning kick. So I want you to imagine that there's a ball on the ground beside me, a big orange beach ball. I've got to get my leg over the top of that beach ball and kick across. So I come up sideways, turn my foot so I can lean over. Then I go out and back. And then pivot back and come down. So watch my supporting foot, the foot that's on the ground. Watch that first. Everyone watch my supporting foot. It's pointing forwards. Now it's pointing sideways. Out, back, pivot. It's pointing forwards again and come down. Okay, everyone try that. Ready. Alex, Nicholas, go cheers. You ready? From here, we go up, lean over, out, back, down. This is Donachani. Good. I think it might be Nicholas. Up, out. Good. So you've got to pivot that supporting foot. Up, pivot and lean. Out, back, down. Up, pivot and lean. Out, back, pivot and down. Up, pivot, out, back, pivot and down. Up, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. That's about 6. 7, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. 8, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. 9, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. 10, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. One more in case I miscounted. Up, pivot, out, back, pivot, down. So you can see that this motion goes into the target this way. So I'll do towards the camera, it's here. Okay, so it's smashing in this way. A bit like swinging your baseball bat. A bit like swinging your bat. Comes across this way. Now let's do the other leg. Ready? Other leg. Up. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 2. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 3. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 4. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 5. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 6. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 7. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. Good, Manu. 8. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 9. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. 10. Pivot. Out. Back. Pivot. Down. Good stuff. Get rid of your chair and grab a little drink. Okay. Everyone ready? Good. Okay, now, Nicholas and Alex, what we're about to do is largely for you because you would have seen this before, and then we're going to move on to what happens next. So from here, from your parallel stance, Jax, you can do this as well because it's good to practice, and I need longer stances from you, okay? So from here, I cross my hands in front of my body, and then step one leg back, and my hands come to my side this way. My arms are bent. You'll see they're a little bit forward of my body, so I'm not reaching back here like this. Forward here. This is called walking ready stance. So come back up to your ready position. Let's do the other leg this time. Big step, train tracks for your feet. A little bit wider jacks and forward. And the other leg. Check your train tracks and up. Other leg. And up. Okay, now we're going to add the front snap kick. Right leg back. Go. Now we're going to go up to the shigi. Get your balance. Same leg. Okay, so it looks like this. Ready? Hana. Kick. Good, Manu. Do. Set. Net. Taso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. And then step forward. Ha. Now the other leg back. Jimmy. Okay, this is called walking ready stance. Junbi means ready. So this is a type of ready. Now the other leg. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Taso. Yaso. Elgo. Yado. Aho. Make sure you got a big stance. Yo. And forward buttle. Good. Now when we do front snap kick, a low kick is tummy button height here. And a middle kick is solar plexus height. Solar plexus is just under the bone where the bones join, the sternum. So just under that. That's a middle kick. Okay. Now we're going to do dono-chagi, turning kick. The other one we did with the chair. Nicholas or Alex? Nicholas? Alex, right. We lost Nicholas, who went crazy, so we shot him. Right. Okay. Hopefully we'll see Nicholas back soon. Now, the first part of this movement, Alex, just copy as best you can. I haven't taught you this yet. Just copy and do your best. From here, right leg back, L stance, forearm guarding rock here. Now, Jax, this is one of your compulsory movements. The backhand is up in front of your badge. Backhand's crossing in front of the other badge, the one closest to the front. Move it to the other badge. That's it, yes. This one is bent. Now you also want to make sure that your back heel and your front toe are pretty much on the same line, which gives you 2.5 centimeters between your heels. That makes you a small target. Now watch what happens on screen if I step 5 centimeters that way. Look how big the target is now. It's too big. My stance is too wide. So I've got to keep my stance nice and narrow so the target is small. Now from here, Manu, you ready? Dono-chagi. Keep your hands up. Lift, pivot, out and back. Back to your guarding rock. Give that a go. Hana. Good, Jax. Now remember, for dono-chagi, your target is on an angle. The target's not straight in front of you here. It's over on an angle. Do. You're coming too far across there, Jax, on an angle for your kick, not straight in front of you. Okay? So it's on an angle. Set. This is dono-chagi. That's it. Make sure you pull your toes out of the way and kick with the ball of your foot here. Okay? So don't point your toes, don't point your foot. Pull your foot back this way. Okay? Ready. Nut. Keep your hands up when you kick. Both hands nice and tight in the guard. Taso. Yaso. And after you kick jacks, reach back, strong block. Elbow, reach back, block forward as you land. Yano. Oh. Don't worry about kicking too high, Alex. Yo. Good, Manu. Bottle, forward. Now the other leg. Hup, go. Left leg up this time. Hana. Do. Remember you're kicking on an angle. A little bit sharper than 45 degrees. Set. Net. Tasso. Yasso. Ugo. Yano. Aho. Yo. Forward bottle. Make sure with this kick you have to pivot the foot that's on the ground. I can't do turning kick without turning that foot because I have no power. My hips are closed. That foot has to turn. See how the foot that's on the ground when I do the kick, see how it turns? It has to turn. Try 3 more kicks with the left leg. Ready? Got to turn the foot that's on the ground. Go back a little bit, Jack, so I can see your feet. That's it. Awesome. Hana. Pivot. That's it. Yes. Do. Good. Set. Forward bottle. Shot. Tidy up your uniform. Now, Jackson Manu, you know the next exercise. Alex, this might be new for you. I'm going to see how you go. I'm going to start you just with your feet, okay? Only your feet. Manu and Jax, you use the hands as well to do 4-direction punch. So from here, I'm going to put my back to you so you can copy me, Alex. My right foot is, no, you face me. You face me. Oh, is it easier if I do this, Alex? Okay, so we're facing like this. Hold up your right hand for me. Hold your right hand up. Alex? Is that your right hand? That's your right hand. Now, does this look like my right hand? This one looks like my right hand? Okay, so I'll use this side to make it easy for you, okay? You do that side, I'll do this side. So we'll put our hands on our hips. Manu and Jax, you're going to do 4-direction punch, my counts. Alex, we're just going to do the stepping, only our feet. Ready? Step the right foot forward, big walking stance. 1. Is that your right foot, Alex? Okay, now the back foot stays where it is. I'm going to turn and then step back. Go. 2. Good. Now I'm going to step forward. Set. Now I'm going to turn and then step back. Net. Tasso. Forward. Turn. Step back. Yasso. Ugo. Forward. Good. Bottle. You reckon we can do the other side? So this time, the other foot stays where it is. So we go left side, Manu and Jax. Hana, step. Big step, Manu. Big step was your punch. You punch as well, Manu. You know 4-direction punch. Pivot, step back. Do. Forward. Set. Pivot, step back. Net. Forward. Tasso. Pivot, step back. Yasso. and forward, elbow. And bottle. Good. Shot. Relax. Have a little drink. Okay. Now, Alex and Manu, just watch. Jax, do you know Chon-Ji? Okay. Let's do, you do Chon-Ji and I'll watch. Is that okay? I'll count for you. Face me, face me, face me. Okay. So you hold up your left hand. Which one's your left hand? Just hold up your left hand, that one. Okay, so face me. Face me. You step to your left first. Step to your left, and do your low block. That's it. Do your low block. Hana. Punch, do. Now follow that arm around, which is why we did it before. Go. Set. Yes, low block. Net. And now towards me, Tasa. Make sure you cross on top. Bigger stances, a bit bigger. Yasa. Check your shit. Train tracks. Punch in the middle. Hips and shoulders straight. Ilga. Other way. Come back and face me again. Right hand out. That's it. Follow that right arm. Go backwards. Spin to your back. Go. Yes. Low block. Yado. Good. Now you're going to change to your inner forearm middle block. Ready? Hana. Go back to where you were. Other hand forward. Change feet and change hands. Change feet and hands. And change feet. Okay. Now the left leg at the front steps to the left towards the windows. Ready? Go. Left leg left. That's it. Now go forward. Go. Now turn around backwards towards your arm, but remember, big walking stance. Now an L stance. You're in L stance now. And now a big stance for your punch. Go. Okay, now go left towards the back. Go. Go, change your L stance, middle block. Punch. Go. Now follow your arm, spin backwards towards me. Go. Yes, cross underneath for that one. And forward and punch. One more punch. Now backwards, one punch. And two punches. Go. One more, sorry, no, backwards, one more. Backwards, one more punch. One more punch. That's it. Good. Chon-Ji. And forward bottle. Okay, so guys, I'm just going to show you gently or briefly what Jax was doing. Okay, this is pattern Chon-Ji. I'm not going to do it hard. I'll take my time so you can see it easily. So from here, left, forwards, turn around backwards, forwards, left, forwards, turn around, forwards, left, forwards, turn around, forwards, left, forwards, turn around, forwards, another one forward, one backwards, and two backwards. Chon-Ji. That's it. That's pattern Chon-Ji. Okay. Grab a little drink. Okay, now to finish off, I'm just angling my screen so you can see me a bit. Sit down, stretch your legs out in front. Put one leg over the top. And then turn your body towards the leg that is bent. Nice little stretch for your lower back. And change your legs. Other way. Now put both of your legs out in front of you like this, at a shoulder width apart. Reach up nice and tall, and then lean forward, touch your toes. If it's hard to touch your toes, that's okay. Put your hands on your shins, and then lean forward. It's really important that you keep your legs straight. That's the most important thing, okay? And then just try and get your tummy down onto your legs. Your tummy down. Okay, now here's a tricky one. Lie down on your back. Put your legs straight up in the air. Straight up. Hold your trousers with your hands. Got to keep your legs straight. No bent legs like this. Got to be straight. And then open your legs out. And then just lie down and have a little relax with your legs open. Get nice and straight. If you hold your trousers, you can pull your legs back towards you a little bit. Helps to keep them straight. Pull your toes back towards you. That'll help keep your legs straight as well. You push your heels out. And just gently close your legs up. Bend your legs. Sitting up. And then gently standing up. Put one leg behind you and hold your ankle. Try and keep your knees together and push your hips forwards. Oh. There we go. Hold your invisible chair. And change legs. And relax. Come and sit down. I just want to show you something that can be a big help and really useful during lockdown. So, there we go. I'm just going to share with you our website, glendowie.com. Here it is. So here's our website. Okay. Now on our website, we've got under the members section, first thing, there's a whole lot of recorded classes. So if you're unable to make training at any time, you can go through these classes and find one that works for you. Okay, so we've got things like, well, you go for your age group first, there's children's classes, there's quite a lot of those. Then there's some classes for teens and adults. There's quite a few of those. We've got some for parents and children. So there's all sorts of classes recorded there if you don't have time to attend, if the time for these Zoom classes doesn't work, or if you're stuck at home and can't come into training when we're back in the dojang. The other thing I want to show you is this syllabus sheets and resources tab. And this is one it's worthwhile spending a little bit of time on while we're stuck at home. you'll see here these syllabus videos. So let's take Jack's your 9th GUP. So you want the 9th GUP syllabus videos. The other guy's your white belts, 10th GUP. So if I click on that, you'll see there's a bunch of recorded videos. So this one here has a warm-up. Then you got fundamental movement. So there's videos of all of the basic movements you have to learn at your grade, so you can see how they work. Then there's video of 4-direction punch. Okay, there's a better video here, 4-direction punch and 4-direction block. And there's also a bit of 3-step sparring, which is actually Jack's syllabus, and then some stretching. So the things that you need to know for grading are 4-direction punch and 4-direction block, and these fundamental movements. Okay, that's to get you all your way to your yellow stripe. Now, for you, Jax, syllabus sheets and resources. If I go to 9th GUP, yellow stripe, there's videos here that shows you, there you go, these are your fundamental movements. So that's all your basic movements, your side rising kick, your L stance forearm guarding block, L stance and a forearm middle block, all those sorts of things that you need to know for your grade. Side rising kick, turning kick. Then there's video here of Chon-Ji. In fact, there's a couple of good Chon-Ji videos with Master Rimmer from Tauranga. And then there's a video on your 3-step sparring that you have to learn. Okay, so it's worth watching those during lockdown, and then you can learn all of the movements that you have to know. And then when you come to class, it's just about practicing them. Does that make sense? Okay, so while we're stuck in our houses for, if we're lucky, the next week, but it's probably going to be longer than a week, I think, with the cases that are coming out. We're probably going to be stuck in our houses a little bit longer than 1 week. So we're running these classes. So your age group is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and or Thursday. You can do all of them if you want to, from 5 o'clock until 6 o'clock. Okay, and then the adults and the senior grades, they've got Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Okay, so your class is 5 to 6, and then theirs is going to be 6 to 7. Okay, and Manu, we've also got the Cubs class on Saturday morning. That's at 10 o'clock for Leon. Okay. Thanks very much for coming along tonight, guys. Sit up. And kia ora, te koa. You're welcome to come along at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you then. Good night, guys.